Welcome back. Now, you may have seen an earlier video. If you haven't, you can go and have a look at it, where I used the Vicuna model, and it was only, I think it was 1.5 billion weights, and an add-in called the Blip, again a large language model. The Blip looks at images. The trouble with Blip, though, it only gives like a sentence out or something, description. Really not much information at all. And the Vicuna model embellishes that quite a lot, but it can only do so much. So what this one does, this is a LLaVA 13 billion parameters. What it does is it's got built-in image processing, if you like. It's been trained on images as well as the ordinary internet information that you get on any large language model. Whether you call it a large language model or a medium-sized model is up to you, really. Of course, it's nothing like the current ones we've got. I don't even know how many weights how many parameters they've got. The latest Chat GPTs and so on. But the difference is this runs on your computer at home. So even if we'd no external internet, you can still run this without any problem. I also put speech recognition and speech synthesis like before. That's a bit similar. The only difference is instead of recording with one button and sort of pressing it twice, record and then stop and then it put the information in, it's done in 2 stages. This is just to make it a little bit safer. There's a reason for that, which maybe I'll come to later. So you press this button to record, and you can record for a period of time. 5 seconds is the minimum, and you can go up to 20 seconds. And then once the information's in there, that uses Whisper, by the way, the large language model Whisper, to do that, and it will recognize any language. Although I'm sticking to English here. I did put it in French, I spoke in French, and it came out as in English, which was interesting. But that's not the purpose of this exercise. Then you send it, and it comes out with an answer down here, and it speaks it with these voices, which are mostly CereProc. That's the Edinburgh company in Scotland that make these voices. They're really great. I recommend them, in fact. This one here, though, I think is just the Microsoft one, the default one you get with your PC, Microsoft David. I'll use him first. But there's some other funny ones and so on I obtained from CereProc. You may have heard them before. So I can either read in, I can just put text in, or I can put an image in. And I'll be doing both, and that will be the next demo. Tell me who you are.
Tell me who you are. You can call me Vicuna, and I was trained by Large Model Systems Organization, LMSYS, researchers as a language model.
There we go. Let's do a maths question. Write down Maxwell's equations in vector format. See if it can do that.
Write down Maxwell's equations in vector form. Maxwell's equations describe the behavior of electric and magnetic fields, and they are expressed in terms of vector calculus. The 4 equations are: 1 Gauss's law, div E equals rho/epsilon. 2 Gauss's law from...
Seems to be able to do that. Let's try it with something else. Perhaps... yeah. How about this? Use Newton's method to find the cubed root of 3. Show working. I think I'll just add that in. You see, that's one of the advantages of having this way and not just speech. Show each step. Or I can lengthen this. and make it longer. Then I'll submit that. Might take a little bit longer to do that. Normally takes about 30 seconds on average, I found, at this level. This is a very simple question. So it's going to use the Newton-Raphson method, hopefully. I should have said Newton-Raphson. Now, maths isn't its favourite subject from what I hear. Performs about 50% on some amazing test that they put them through, which isn't
Use Newton's
very
method
high.
to find the cubed root of 3.
Yeah.
Show each step in the working Newton's method is an iterative technique for approximating the roots of a function. It is particularly useful for finding the roots of a function that is difficult to solve analytically. In this case, we want to find the cubed root of 3, which is equivalent to finding the solution to the equation x caret 3 equals 3. Here's how to use Newton's method to find the cubed root of 3. 1. Start with an initial guess for the root.
And it's run out of tokens or something here, I'm not sure. Hasn't gone any further for whatever reason. That's all I really want out of it, just to show the principle anyway. Now I'm going to show it on images, which is the whole purpose of the show, so to speak. So let's look at this. Yeah, some food. That's an interesting picture. Let's get it to describe what's there in detail. Describe in detail what you see in the image. I'll send that to it. I wonder if it will be able to count the number of nuts there. I don't know. Might not be able to. Or maybe eggs. So sometimes it gets counting right and sometimes it doesn't.
Describe in detail what you see in the image. The image is a vibrant and colorful display of various food items arranged in a grid-like pattern. At the center, there is a bowl of yogurt with a spoon in it.
Yeah.
Surrounding this central bowl are several other bowls and containers filled with different types of food. Starting from the top left, there is a piece of salmon, followed by red bell pepper, a green avocado, a slice of orange, a whole orange, a bunch of grapes, a bunch of blueberries, a whole corn cob, a jar of nuts, a jar of seeds, a jar of honey, a jar of peanut butter, a jar of almond butter, a jar of cashew butter, a jar of sunflower seeds, a jar of pumpkin seeds, a jar of flax seeds, a jar of chia seeds, a jar of hemp seeds, a jar of pumpkin seeds, a jar of sunflower seeds, a jar of chia seeds.
I think it got everything right there. I think it thought those prawns were oranges. Never mind. Let's ask it how many eggs there are. I don't think it got the eggs, did it? Let's ask it. How many eggs are in the picture I just uploaded? Sometimes it says, oh, I can't.
How many eggs are in the picture?
Yes.
I just uploaded. I'm sorry, but I am unable to view images. If you provide a description of the image or ask a question about it, I would be happy to help. That's
a common sort of bug with these programs. Sometimes it sort of denies all knowledge that it can actually count anything. See if I can find an image that you might find more interesting. I was looking for it the other day. Oh yeah, this is quite interesting. Describe what's in the image. So if you remember the previous Blip, the Blip AI wouldn't have been able to do something like that. It might have said it's a man or whatever. But let's see what it comes up with. See if it can actually read the text.
Describe what's in the image. The image is a meme featuring a man with a surprised or excited expression. He has tousled hair and is wearing a suit with a tie. The meme includes text that reads, "Let me stop you right there. The answer is aliens," in bold, capital letters. The background suggests an indoor setting with warm lighting. The meme is likely intended to be humorous, playing on the idea of an unexpected or surprising answer to a question or situation.
I thought that's quite good, really. Summed that one up really well. Now how about this one? Oh, something's gone wrong with the... Do it again. I wasn't even sure of the name for these things. I think they're called figurines. So there's 4 of them. I wonder if it knows there's 4. I've got the message in there already, so I'll just send it again. And it should be able to do the same thing. So I should change the voice, shouldn't I, really?
Describe what's in the image. The image shows a collection of glass figurines arranged on a wooden surface. There are 4 figurines in total,
so
each with a different shape and color. Starting from the left, the first figurine appears to be a clear, round object with a frosted surface, possibly a glass ball or a decorative piece. The second figurine is a clear, elongated shape with a frosted surface, resembling a glass tube or a decorative glass rod. The third figurine is a clear, round object with a frosted surface, similar to the first one, and the fourth figurine is a clear, elongated shape with a frosted surface, similar to the second figurine. The figurines are placed in such a way that they cast shadows on the wooden surface, indicating that the light source is coming from the upper left side of the image.
That's correct.
The shadows are visible on the wooden surface, creating a pattern of light and shadow. The background is blurred, but it seems to be an indoor setting with a wooden floor and possibly some furniture or decorative items. The focus of the image is on the glass figurines, and the background is out of focus, which draws attention to the objects in the foreground.
That's not bad. I didn't understand what these are, of course. Didn't get that I think is supposed to be a cat or something. That's a turtle, a duck and a dolphin. Maybe next time round I'll be able to get that. Oh, what else did I... Oh yes, we'll do some more food pics. Let's just go a quick look. Oh, that's quite a simple one. Oh, that's one of the strawberries. I've done that one already. Okay, how about this one? I don't know what it is, some kind of noodly thing. So what I'm going to do this time is ask it to give me a recipe. Give me a recipe for the food in the picture that I just uploaded. So it looks like noodles and eggs, and that's not peas. I think that's soya beans. Well, it looks of it. I'm not sure.
A recipe for the food in the picture that I just uploaded. The image shows a bowl of noodle soup with a variety of toppings. It appears to be a Vietnamese-style dish, possibly a variation of a popular Vietnamese noodle soup called pho bo or pho gia. Here's a basic recipe for a similar dish. Ingredients *: 1 pound, 45 g.
And there's the thing, but it hasn't actually told me what to do with it, how to cook it. But nevertheless, it's going to use the Scottish voice now. And we're going to do some... And then there was another one I wanted... Oh yeah, I wonder if it knows this one. So it couldn't get this one the last time. That was an operational amplifier one. I hadn't a clue about that. It did say it was a circuit. But beyond that, it didn't know. So let's see if it gets it. Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. Here we go again. I'd be very doubtful that it got that this is an operational amplifier and actually told you what the circuit was. But you never know. These are resistors, capacitors, and so on. That's a straight inverting amplifier, and that's a what's it called? An all-pass filter.
What's in the image I just uploaded? The image shows a schematic diagram of an electronic circuit. The diagram is a top-down view, which means it's looking down at the circuit from above. It includes various components such as resistors, R, a voltage source, 5, and a ground symbol, G. There are also two inductors, L1 and L2, which are represented by two loops with a line through them, indicating the inductance of the component. The circuit appears to be a simple electrical circuit, possibly for educational purposes.
So there are no inductors, it's confusing the resistors. Maybe I should be using boxes, you know, the European standard for resistor. But nevertheless, here's interesting. Here's Maxwell's equations, and I wonder if it'll recognize them. Might take its time to get this one because there's quite a lot of stuff in there for it to look at.
Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. The image shows a mathematical equation in LaTeX format. The equation is a set of 4 equations, each representing a different component of the electromagnetic field. The equations are as follows. 1. Gauss' law, backslash vec P equals backslash frac PQ backslash.
I'm going that this is a LaTeX form of it. Faraday's law. I suppose it, yeah, so it's really copied it from there and converted it into LaTeX, I suppose. But I think it's quite the right LaTeX, but never mind. Kind of getting there. Oh yes, that's a good one. Actually, that's haggis. So let's see if it gets that. And then there's one more, a couple more I want to do. I doubt it'll know it's haggis, but let's see.
Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. The image shows a plate of food with a variety of dishes. On the left side of the plate, there appears to be a serving of mashed potatoes with a golden brown crust, suggesting they might be fried or baked. In the centre, there is a serving of what looks like a meat-based dish, possibly a stew or a meatball dish, with a dark brown colour, indicating it might be made with dark-coloured meat.
God, she's Scottish and she doesn't know what haggis is. Okay. Now, if I can find the tins that I did earlier. Oh, here we go. So, this one's got a trick in it. So these are 3 tins, 2 tins of soup and a tin of haggis. I wonder if it'll count them. Again, we may have to wait for just over 30 seconds or something like that.
Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. The image shows 3 cans of Heinz tomato soup placed on a countertop. The cans are arranged in a row, with the first can on the left being a can of haggis from the brand Grant's, with a label that features a picture of haggis and the text Premium Haggis. The middle can is a can of Heinz tomato soup with a label that includes the Heinz logo and the text EST 1869, indicating the establishment year of the company. The third can on the right is also a can of Heinz tomato soup with a similar label design. The countertop appears to be a granite or marble surface, and there are some spills or stains visible on the surface. In the background, there are other items such as a bottle of lemon juice and a bowl, suggesting a kitchen setting.
Oh, it's not too bad. It got the haggis wrong. It thought it was soup, of course, and it's not soup at all. It's Right, let's do some pictures from backgrounds. Let's take something. Oh, that's do something a little bit more scenic. Now that's AI generated, so I'm not going to use that. Now that looks pretty good, but let's get a scene. Oh, actually, yeah, let's do that one. Okay, this looks like Cambodia or somewhere. And there's another one I wanted to do.
Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. The image shows a large, ancient temple complex with multiple tiered structures, which are characteristic of traditional Southeast Asian architecture. The temples are surrounded by a lush landscape with trees and vegetation. In the background, there is a hazy view of mountains, and a plane is flying overhead. The sky is overcast, suggesting either early morning or late afternoon lighting conditions. The overall atmosphere of the image is serene and somewhat mystical, with the ancient ruins contrasting against the modern.
Very good. Thought it might have guessed a little bit more about that one. And this is our back garden. Oh, I can't get it. Sometimes it does this. Oh. Oh. Don't know what happened there. Back garden, here we go. Let's done it again. So what we'll do is do it from the desktop, and it's the name of the folder. God. Oh, images. Yeah. Oh, doesn't want to do that one. That's a shame. Will it get the bagpipe player, I wonder? Sometimes the this thing doesn't take the doesn't take images properly. Gradio, it's called, is the interface. That's a bagpipe player against I think it's Edinburgh Castle or something, I'm not sure.
Describe what's in the image I just uploaded. The image shows a person dressed in traditional Scottish attire, which includes a kilt, a sporran, and a Highland dress shirt. The person is also wearing a black hat with a red feather, and they are holding a set of bagpipes. The background features a stone wall, suggesting an outdoor setting, possibly a historical or cultural event. The person appears to be in the midst of playing the bagpipes, as indicated by the position of their hands and the bagpipes.
Okay, so I'll move on to the next part. This is the program written in Python. I don't need to go into that information. And now what I'm doing is I'm running that program remotely on our Ethernet in the house. It's not going outside the house from the server, which is the Gradio server that you saw earlier. I'm just using the IP address of my computer, you know, the internal IP address. It's not that it's got an external IP address. So I hope you can see this. It might be a little bit difficult to zoom in on it. So it looks it's more or less the same as what you've just seen. I put an image in, some food. I'm just going to ask it a question. So this is just a small little iPad type thing. It's not an iPad, it's an Android device. It's very cheap. You can put it on just about anything you think of because it's web-based. And I'm just going to do the speech recognition. So I'm just going to ask it to describe the image. Describe the image in detail. Oops. And let's put that in. And I'm going to submit it, just like before. And it should reply down here somewhere. Oops. But you hear it anyway, if you can't see it. It's Chinese food, by the way.
Describe the image in detail. The image shows a plate of Chinese-style food, which appears to be a stir-fry dish. The plate is white and contains a variety of ingredients, including what looks like chicken, broccoli, bell peppers, and possibly other vegetables or meat. The dish is garnished with a sauce that has a glossy appearance, suggesting it might be a soy-based sauce. The food is served on a pink tabletop, and there is a yellow object, possibly a container or a piece of paper, in the upper right corner of the image. The style of the image is a close-up photograph, focusing on the food with a shallow depth of field, which blurs the background slightly. There are no visible texts on the image.
So I can run this on my phone as well if I want to. It doesn't have to be on this, but it's even smaller to see. So you're really looking at exactly the same thing. The webcam works as well, so it works from the camera on the phone or whatever. You can use either the front or the back camera. You could take a selfie and ask it to comment on yourself. You can take a picture of your back garden and ask it to comment on that. Okay. Anyway, that's the basic idea. That's the beauty of doing it using Gradio, that you can kind of share it around. And in fact, Gradio has got an address, a temporary URL, which it gives out as well. But for some reason, I can't get it to work here. I had it working before with previous programs, but it's not working. But I don't need that anyway. It lasts only for about half an hour, and it means that other people can use your computer locally to test out your AI. It's a great idea, really. Amongst the professionals doing jobs like this, they can get their new model and then share it out to people and say, have a go at this, for the next half an hour, see what you think, run some tests. Anyway, there you go. That's the LLaVA 13B Assistant program. Thank you.